right, welcome to The Explainer. We're diving into a football match today that on the surface looks pretty straightforward. But dig a little deeper and you find this fascinating paradox. It's a classic case of cold, hard stats going head-to-head with a really stubborn history.
And yeah, this is the real head-scratcher, isn't it? We're talking about the National League season opener, York City versus Sutton United. It's a game where all the evidence, all the stats, they scream one thing, but an undeniable kind of inconvenient truth from their past tells a completely different story.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we've got to start with the tail of the tape. Think of it like this. In one corner, you have the statistical powerhouse, the team that absolutely should win this thing on paper. And in the other corner, the historical giant killer, the team that just always seems to have their number. So let's meet our two contenders.
And right away, you can see why this looks like a mismatch. I mean, on paper, it's not even close. You've got York City, who were legitimate title contenders last season, finishing second. And then you've got Sutton United, who were, solidly mid-table, 12th place. Nothing wrong with that, but it's a different world.
And let's be clear, York's season wasn't just good, it was remarkable. 96 points. That is a massive haul. They scored an incredible 95 goals too, and a huge part of that was their main man, Ollie Pearce, the league's top scorer. The guy was just on fire.
But here's the thing, all that success, it just cranks up the pressure. They barely missed out on automatic promotion, then they crashed out of the playoffs. And their manager, Adam Hinsherwood, he didn't mince words. He was brutally honest, saying, "We handed the title to Barnett." Wow, that kind of disappointment, it just creates this intense pressure cooker environment for the start of this new season.
So you're thinking, okay, York are the clear favorites. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. This is where the paradox really kicks in. We need to talk about Sutton's secret weapon. Because for some reason, when these two teams get on the pitch together, the league table, all those points, all those goals, it feels like none of it matters.
Just take a look at this. This is their head-to-head history. In 4 matches, York City has never beaten Sutton United. Not a single time. Look at that string of draws. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Must have been so frustrating for York fans. And then, in the most recent game, an outright win for Sutton. Ouch.
And this chart just makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? 1 win for Sutton, 3 draws, and for York, a big, fat 0. For a team with all that firepower, for a team that had that incredible season, that 0 in the win column against this one team is just, it's a real anomaly. It's got to be a mental thing at this point, not just about the stats.
You know, this bizarre, unbeaten record, it plays right into the hands of Sutton's manager, Steve Morison. His whole philosophy is summed up in that quote. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's this calm, long-term view, and that is the perfect mindset for a team that knows, deep down, they have a psychological edge here. They don't need to panic, they just need to be structured and let history do its thing.
And this difference in thinking, it isn't just talk for the press. Nope, it plays out directly on the pitch. So let's get into the tactics, because this is where things get really interesting. We're talking about a classic clash of styles, total free-flowing fluidity versus disciplined, rigid structure.
So York's manager, he's all about aggressive, attacking football. You can see it in their system. It's this fluid, high-pressing machine. They even use false nines, which means their strikers drop back into midfield to basically create chaos for the defense. But Sutton, they seem to have the perfect antidote. They set up in this really disciplined, structured way that's basically designed to soak up all that pressure and just frustrate the heck out of them.
And if you look at recent momentum, the story just keeps building for Sutton. They had a way better preseason, and let's not forget, they won the last time these two played. But what's really telling are the manager's comments, right? You've got the York manager questioning his own team's grit and determination. At the same time, Sutton's manager is out there praising his team's camaraderie. The psychological edge? It seems pretty one-sided, doesn't it?
So, that brings us to the big question, the verdict. You've got this clear conflict, the money versus the history. In one corner, there's York's raw talent and their amazing form from last season. In the other, Sutton's crazy good historical record and all that psychological baggage. So, where does the smart money actually go?
Well, you might find this surprising.
Despite everything we've just talked about, the betting markets are all in on York City. I mean, look at that. A nearly 70% chance of winning. That tells you one thing really clearly. The market believes that last season's quality, that raw talent, is the real story here. And that history, it's just history. Something to be broken.
And it's not just the markets. The experts seem to agree. The consensus prediction is a tight one, a hard-fought 2-1 win for York City. The thinking is that this time, their pure talent, their incredible attack led by Ollie Pearce, it's finally going to be enough. This is the year they break the curse.
So that's what it all boils down to on opening day. When overwhelming talent smashes up against an unbreakable history, which one is going to bend first? This is so much more than just a game for 3 points. It's a real test. Can the patterns of the past hold up against the pressure of the present? It's a paradox, and honestly, the only way it's going to get solved is out there on the pitch.